Wanna be kiss?
Welcome everyone. In this video we're going to be talking about the app SpongeBob Get Cooking. My kids have recently become big fans of SpongeBob. They've been watching on Netflix. They think it's hilarious. So when I saw that this app was available, I downloaded it for them to give them something new to play. This app is available on the App Store, but if you have a Netflix account, it's also available completely for free through the Netflix app. This game is all about preparing food for hungry customers. They're going to be coming to your store, asking for dishes, drinks, and you have to prepare that as quickly and as accurately as possible. Now, you're probably wondering, why is SpongeBob flipping pancakes instead of preparing Krabby Patties? Well, this is because at the beginning of the game, Mr. Krab turns up and tells SpongeBob that he's not going to be working at the Krusty Krab today. Instead, he's going to be preparing pancakes and serving them for people's breakfast. So, this is why SpongeBob is now busy flipping pancakes instead of his beloved Krabby Patties. Now, this pancake restaurant is pretty much the tutorial level of the game. It's where you start and it's the easiest and the simplest. Preparing pancakes, there aren't that many options. Compared to creating burgers, all you have to deal with is making pancakes, serving coffee, and then whether or not the customer wants to have pink jelly, purple jelly, strawberries, or blueberries. Now, the more you play the game, the more restaurants and locations from the SpongeBob universe you unlock. So, the first one, although it's pancakes, the second one you unlock is the Krusty Krab. So you do quite quickly get to go and prepare Krabby Patties if that's what you're looking for. Afterwards, there's some other locations where you prepare other types of food. And it just gets more fun and more complicated from that point on. At the start of each new location, you do begin with some pretty basic equipment, limited spots for cooking the pancakes or burgers and so on, limited amount of plates for serving, and a limited amount of drinks dispensing slots. And if you want to make it easier for yourself, then you do need to increase this by spending money in the upgrade store and the money you earn from completing the various missions. You see, in this one, we just earned 524 coins. That's quite a good amount for early in the game, so you can take that and you can use it to increase the amount of plate slots that you have, or give yourself more space to create pancakes, or upgrade your drinks machine so it can hold more prepared drinks for when the customers come up. Now, I'd say that buying these upgrades in the upgrade store is pretty essential if you want to progress through the game, because there are certain points where you have so many customers turning up that if you tried to complete it with the basic amount of upgrades that you have at the beginning, you probably would find it quite tough. You're not going to get very far. You're going to end up with some unhappy customers. See, how this works is every customer who turns up places their order, and the longer you make them wait, the smaller that little green bar goes. So as it goes down, they get unhappier and unhappier, until eventually they're making a fuss and they're pulling cross faces and things, and if you let it get too low down, then they're just going to walk away without having their order delivered. So you can't let that happen. You're going to miss out on making some more money, and you're not going to get a very good score if you let people walk away without paying for things that they ordered. Now, one thing that you can do, if you see someone looking very unhappy and they're getting into the red zone of happiness, you can press the little cookie button at the top there, and that will give them a cookie and it will make them happy again temporarily, giving you more time to prepare the meal and the food that they ordered. One thing you can do to boost your score is prepare meals accurately and deliver them quickly, because this is going to give you a delivery multiplier. You can see that little green bar with 5 spaces on it, filling up every time you deliver something. So the higher that gets, the more bonus points you're going to get. You see there it got to maximum, we got an extra 20 points. So that's always good. If you can deliver things simultaneously to the customers, that's something to look out for to maximize your score if you're looking to if it's an objective on one of the levels that you're playing. Each of these levels is going to be a little bit different. There are certain rules that can be applied to each one. This one at the moment has a timer ticking down that indicates the amount of time that you can play the level for before you run out of time. It's also got a bar saying how many coins we're supposed to earn within that time. Now, other levels may have things like you have to serve a certain amount of customers, or it might have a rule making things more complicated for you, like saying that you're not allowed to burn the food, or you're not allowed to throw food away. So if you leave the food on the cooker for too long, you'll see that it begins with a little green bar before it's cooked, and then after that it has a little yellow bar. When the yellow bar starts turning red, that means that you've burnt the food, and then you need to chisel it off and throw it away. Now, the trash can is quite important. It's quite useful because if you've prepared an item of food and it's got the wrong combination of ingredients on it and nobody wants it, the customers haven't asked for it, well then it's just going to be stuck on your plate until you can find someone to give it to. Or you put it in the bin, free up that plate, and make something that you were supposed to make in the first place. But if you aren't allowed to use the bin and that rule is in effect, well then it's just going to be stuck on your plate until the right person comes along who wants it, and that having the limit set on your plates can make things more challenging, and could lead you to missing orders or getting people becoming unhappy or getting a low score. So you really want to try and make sure that you prepare the food as accurately and quickly as possible, and avoid having to use that trash can, and avoid burning the food as much as possible. At the beginning of each level, you see a page saying choose your cook. You start with the ability to play as SpongeBob, and as the game progresses, you unlock additional characters such as Patrick and Squidward. Each of these characters has their own buffs and benefits, and another thing that you can spend your hard-earned money on is cosmetic items, again, which have buffs for different benefits like earning you more coins or getting you more happiness with the customers and so on. So those are worth picking out, not just because they look cool, but actually because they help you have a good score as well. That pretty much covers it for the basics of this game. So with that, let's get into the gameplay.